there's just like towards like the end of a couple of the songs, like if I can remember, in like Solo Dolo Part 3, at the very end, he's like singing like "It's gonna be okay," and it's like the end of Marijuana.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so then I was like, I I knew that I could hear the end of Mr. Rager somewhere, but or not the end of Mr. Rager, but like just like one of his lyrics. And I was like singing it, and I was like, where do you hear that? And we were trying to figure it out, but I finally found out it was like at the end of Another Day, where he's like,
Yeah,
"Where are you going?"
it's towards
No,
the beginning.
or I
I
think it's
thought,
in the album.
yeah, it's towards the beginning. I thought about that too, like going through and just kind of finding how many references to the first or second album you can find in there.
Hmm.
There's definitely a whole bunch, like about, he says like um something about the moon coming out. This is when I come alive. Like there's a few more like little references like that. All right. Well, just to let you know, Jake, we've been live for a minute, and so you're singing on the internet now. But it's all good. So
I hope my
real
voice
quick,
was good in pitch.
I'm gonna share this up. So let me see. Chrome tab. We're gonna try to share that. Is it up yet?
There,
Okay,
I
but
see it.
it'd be better if I was in full screen. Did that change anything? All right.
Yeah.
So we got 7 people watching. That's cool. On five on
Oh,
Facebook. Oh, cool. I like how it's breaking it down. So,
nice.
if anybody's checking this out real quick, we're this is kind of impromptu, but we are planning and prepping for our first full live stream that's going to be up on the YouTube channel. So we wanted to just jump on and see if everything's working. Also wanted to kind of test some stuff like sharing our screen while we run through some of these highlights. Spurs are getting ready to take on the Toronto Raptors slash the Tampa Bay Raptors here in like an hour, a little less than an hour now. So we just kind of wanted to get prepped and see maybe what are some of the things we might see from them tonight. So let me come back over here, and I'm just gonna play. So Jake, oh wait, hey, here's the thing though. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna go back and try to change one thing. I want to see if maybe I want to make sure you're gonna be able to hear it, Jake.
Hmm. Right, see if it'll be able to share the audio.
Yeah, yeah. So I just need to make sure I specify that we want the audio. All right, so I'm gonna jump back to the beginning. First of all, tell me if you can hear it, and then once it kind of gets going, if there's anything that kind of sticks out to you, or if you want it, we can just kind of talk. We'll talk over it, and if you want to pause anything or whatever, you know what I mean.
Hmm.
I wish we had I wish we could do kind of like the old school analysis and just like use a pencil or something and be circling and drawing lanes and all that kind of
That'd
stuff.
be awesome, right?
Heck yeah. All right, so real quick, can you hear this?
Yes.
All right, is it too loud? Not loud enough?
It's a little quiet, but
All
not
right,
too bad.
all right. I'm gonna. I don't want it to be super loud. I want us to be able to like hear each other over it.
That's better.
And then also I want us to just to be able to talk and and not feel super crowded. The audio.
Right.
So
Cool.
so
I, I don't know how it's
we'll
looking on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know how it's looking on your screen or on like any of the viewers' screen, but on my screen specifically, it's very choppy. Like I can only see like one frame, just skipping.
And it's real ugly. So on my, I'm not gonna lie, on my end it looks really good, but it's probably I'm kind of hosting it, so um, and I am at the highest quality for YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
but you would say like indistinguishable, like it's not really gonna be.
for me at least, it's yeah. Like I can't see much. Like I'll see one frame and then it'll skip to another frame, skip to
Mm,
another frame. Uh, if any of our viewers has that same kind of look, I guess.
yeah, and
And
I'll double
and
check. I'll double check right now to see like what does the YouTube version look like. Excuse me, Jake.
yeah, so uh, one of our viewers just told me in a direct message saying that it's pretty choppy and he can't see anything live. So
Okay. I mean, now let me see real quick. I'm gonna turn this all the way down so I don't mess it up. All right, I'm gonna start playing it again and just kind of see what's going on.
Sam Mitchell mentioned in the pregame, Pascal
Oh,
taking
that's
advantage
I don't
better.
know.
on the
There we go.
inside, something that we saw a lot of
It
against
looks a
So
lot
like,
better.
in the second round.
it's
And
like
Van Vliet
every now and then,
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw on the stream where it kind of
right?
bangs.
okay, okay. So now I will be. I pause it for a second. I will be honest. This better. Yeah. So there's also like a lot more going on in terms of like at my at home like Wi-Fi or whatever. So tomorrow there'll be less. Like right now, I got like the Xbox on over there and stuff like that on the other room. So again, we're kind of just, this is kind of just a test. But I don't know. So Jake, if you can see, we got Aaron Baines, Van Vliet, we got Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, and then who else we got out there?
It's either gonna be Norman Powell or OG Anunoby.
Oh yeah.
Probably be that starting lineup.
So when I was watching this earlier, I was watching. Let me start it up again.
Work and be scrappy.
I was watching it earlier, and like
When you think about the
I don't know, when I see like Baines out there, it's the stuff like that. Like when I see Baines, it's like, all right, that's gonna be a point of attack for us. Hopefully, they don't really have too many other ones. I mean, I guess the fact that Van Vliet's a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller,
Right.
but I mean, he makes up with it with strength, and he can move. But okay, so I'm gonna stop that and kind of look at that again. Look at this play right here that kind of goes along, and like the ball movement and how easy of a shot that New Orleans is able to get against Toronto, even though Toronto's got a lot of length.
Well, he went back to the lab and worked.
Not that one.
Adams.
So look right here, we get like what?
I would imagine they'll fix that.
What's in the stack, guys? Heck, Doc, come on.
Easy
Oh,
Zion
yeah.
dunk. You know what I mean? And it was just
Yeah.
like three. It's just like three passes, one little two-man thing happening on one side, and then a good cut to the basket from Zion. You know what I mean?
Right. They're just
So-
kind of taking advantage of because I mean one thing that I've noticed from Toronto over the years is that like they're really aggressive on defense compared to other teams. So like that play just took. It looked like they were just taking advantage from the fact that like they're running on the court like almost, or they're running in that half court defense almost the entire time, which leaves one player open to be able to get that open lane just like Zion did.
Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing some spot up shooting from Toronto.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I honestly think one of the things that's going to kind of make or break this game is determining how good Pascal's going to be. Like if he can get himself rolling pretty fast, then it's going to be a lot of a harder win for us.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work. We're gonna have to work more.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Unlike the Pelicans, we don't really have a Zion who can kind of like, which I mean, LaMarcus, if I'm sure LaMarcus can probably abuse Pascal in the paint, but I don't think I'd want to see LaMarcus taking a lot of post shots today, just because of the way that our offense has been running the last couple games.
Yeah, right. I would say like more. I would say I pause it for a second. I would say more like. Well, we'll give more of our thoughts on Memphis during tomorrow's show, for sure. But like, yeah, I agree with what you're saying about LA, because like he was getting torched a little bit. Well, I'd say a little bit, but most of the points that what's his name Jean Morant was getting was kind of coming off of and picking up on LA a little bit, right? Yeah. And but with a guy, this is what I'm looking forward to, is like with a guy like Siakam. Siakam is more of the guy who's going to be like able to burn LA like all night long if they start to run their offense through him. So and then what happens is what's like a compound problem, or what could be, is like we kind of let Ja do his thing, but we kind of like what we talked about in our last episode about like if we can not let his intensity help other people get going, and I think we did a pretty okay job. Or I don't know if it was like we did it, or him not getting people involved as much, or them just not making shots, or whatever. I'd have to kind of go back and look a little bit more. But with Siakam, I mean, Siakam, it's not like if Siakam's going off, well, they're still going to have 2 or 3 other options that can contribute and really make it a close game. So
yeah, for sure. Which, like, I do think that DJ is gonna be able to hold down at least like one of Fred VanVleet or Kyle Lowry decently well. Obviously, I don't know if you saw this, but I'm pretty sure I heard some little report that said that when DJ was guarding Ja Morant, Ja only scored 2 points that entire game.
I did see somebody had tweeted out a like a graphic showing that like an extended stat or whatever.
Yeah, and so, like, you know, even though Ja had 40 points, only 2 of those points came playing against our starter, right?
Yeah,
So it's like Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet aren't exactly the attackers that Ja Morant is. They can shoot though. They can shoot better than he can.
Yeah. So like, are you saying that you think that our perimeter guys are going to be able to kind of hold them a little bit more and not let them kind of bust off?
Yeah, because I mean, looking at the Pelicans team and just off the just off the top of my head, like, they don't, like, Lonzo's a cool defender, but like I don't really think, I can't really think of anybody else on that Pelicans team that, like, I would say, oh, I want this guy guarding my star player for the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I guess if I were a Pelicans fan, right? But
So who do you think's going to be guarding Siakam primarily? I mean, is it going to be LA?
Honestly,
Rudy?
I don't know. And like, you know, if we had the same starting lineup against the Grizzlies tonight,
Yeah.
you know, Keldon's gonna be the one out there against.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wonder if we are gonna see big body Keldon out there.
That's a test, man.
Siakam in the paint, right?
That's a test.
I wouldn't be crazy opposed, but at the same time, you know, Siakam is a very long 6'9" power forward, and while Keldon's big, right, he can hold his own. He's only 6'5", and that just that amount of length can help Pascal Siakam out in that matchup if we were to do that tonight.
I know. To be honest, I'm excited for. I'm trying to go back to that JJ Redick and see what happened here. I want to see like what did it's in the transition. Okay, well, not that one. Like what did Toronto kind of let what happened for Toronto to let JJ just get that? I like that. Like I like just like easy buckets like that. And so I'm looking for opportunities like that. I mean, how great was it? I would say every time that somebody shot a 3 last game, maybe there was like 5 or 6 threes that went up that you were like, I don't know if that was the best shot, but I think we're all pretty open. Anytime we see them, we're like, all right, let's just get them up and see what we can do. So if we can get looks like that, you know what I mean, off of just I don't know, good movement. I mean, Redick's one of the best at just finding the spot. So if we can just get into some of those kind of things, especially that was just coming from what was that, coming off of a made basket or something, right? Coming from the half court.
Right.
So I was pretty excited with the amount of, I wouldn't say easy shots, but I mean, yeah, I mean, we put ourselves in a lot of good opportunities throughout the Memphis game. So, all right, this should be it again. I did a terrible job of backing up.
And I think that's kind of like what I was saying, that like if we can get our like their defense, like the Raptors defense, just kind of, it's a little weird to say it like this, but they're kind of just like rascals on the court, you know. Do you
the Raptors?
Yeah, you'll watch, like, you watch a Raptors game and you'll see like Kyle Lowry and OG Anunoby. You'll see them running back and forth because they're just like, the way that I see it is like, you know, they're kind of running around to make you feel a little uncomfortable, to make you like, you know, so
suppressing fire.
Yeah, to kind of make you like think twice of what pass you're gonna make, you know.
Yeah.
And so if we can get our ball movement like pretty much as good as we did it against Memphis. You know, I'm sure we'll get many more shots than what Memphis did,
Yeah.
and
I
then how Memphis played against us, right?
Yeah, I think that we're kind of going to have similar attacks. I mean, they're going to be trying to move the ball around with their guys on the offensive end too. So it's just going to be like who's got more gas in the tank to kind of just run around all night, I guess.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to this game because I think we got a good, kind of like I said in the second episode, like I think we were well equipped to get a win against Memphis, and I think that we're well equipped against these guys too. But I am excited for the step up in terms of the caliber of game that it's going to take for us to get a win, against a team like Toronto.
Yeah.
Especially like when you see Anunoby, when you see Siakam, it's like, okay, those are not mismatches, but those are exploitive players. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you watch these games that have been going on, Kevin Durant, and not to compare all these guys to like those, but when you see like Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant and even like Siakam, it's like, okay, that's what we still don't have a true replacement, like, for Kawhi, like in that regard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Even as strong, man. Oh my God, Keldon Johnson backing up Valanciunas going to the paint. That was so pretty. Again, even though we have like tough guys, it's like, yeah, but you can be tough on KD all you want until he just shoots over your head. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried with that, and that is going to continue to be a worry of mine as we go through the season. So I'm excited to see. Okay, these guys got a couple more lengthier dudes out there who are going to try to make plays defensively and offensively. Are we going to be successful with just our effort and our energy, or is at some point like our lack of size going to come back to kind of bite us a little bit?
And I do think that this team does take advantage of that. Like I was saying that I think that DJ can kind of hold down either or of Fred VanVleet and
Nice.
Kyle Lowry. But if we see Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet attack DJ at the rim, like
Yeah.
like you look at how big Kyle Lowry is.
And look at this. Look at the one we just watched, which was right here. I'll go backwards a little bit. Duh, I should have just done that. Look at Kyle Lowry just kind of probe, and then imagine whoever's guarding Siakam. Imagine if it's fucking LaMarcus Aldridge, how slow this is going to be right here. You'll see Lowry at the top, and then Siakam down here on the bottom, in the baseline. So that's Zion's spot right there. Just kind of shifting over, and then boom, Siakam ate up all that space. Imagine that could probably happen tonight easy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so I am kind of excited because of the fact that Memphis and Toronto really are just two different teams.
What the heck was that pass? All right, sorry.
Their play styles are completely
Yes.
on the polar opposite. So while Memphis's best player is John Morant, and they had to run an offense through their point guard, today we're gonna get to see an offense run through a power forward. So.
I mean, but I mean, with two very, very capable point guards.
Right, exactly, and that's what I was gonna say. Even then, like that Toronto Raptors team is very well rounded. They're constantly in the playoffs, so obviously they have a good enough starting five and a good enough second five to go out there to win games for them.
True, and that's kind of what I meant about, like, they're just an overall more complete team. So I'm excited for the early test. Although I'm not gonna lie, like, I want to win. I know it's so tough. Like, I have the mindset of you control what you can control and you don't worry about the other things. But when you're staring at the schedule and you see like this game, Toronto playing New Orleans, you're like, all right, let's go Toronto. You know what I mean? Like, I need y'all to get this win so that we can start to look better in terms of our division standings and all that, because it's gonna matter. I know you can't control it, but it's gonna matter. So
yeah, for sure.
I'm hoping we can get some of this, like, off the missed bucket. Just beating everybody down the, if we can beat Aaron Baines down the floor a couple times for an easy dunk, I'm looking forward to that.
For sure. And if that means that if I wonder, like, if Pop is gonna run a bigger lineup than what he did against Memphis.
What you mean, like right out the gate? Would he need to?
Yeah. Like, I wonder if he is gonna start a bigger lineup tonight, just because, like,
They'll probably go Aaron Baines and Siakam, right? As their 4 and 5.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I would say.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. And so, and I was obviously like, if the Grizzlies had Jaren Jackson Jr. still there, like, I wonder if we still would have ran with that 4 small, 1 big
Yeah.
lineup out there.
I'm really hoping, man, if we can get LA to kind of pull Baines out a little bit, I'm hoping LA shot is feeling good today.
Yeah, me too. That would definitely be a key in terms of how we're gonna get our boards and stuff like that.
Ooh, I don't know about that Ingram. I don't know if that Ingram pull up 3. I don't want to see none of that. So right now I'm watching this and I'm more or less looking at Toronto. Well, I'm looking at like what is New Orleans doing this successfully, but also who's this? But I'll be going back and looking at this game again, kind of in preparation for Spurs versus New Orleans tomorrow.
Zion, the double comes. Mealy in the corner, Hart.
All right, let me come back real quick. I'm gonna stop for
But
just a second.
so see, like right there, that one play, like,
Hey, I'll go back.
there's a good amount of ball movement that happens. See if we'll get to it. Right, the pass to pass, a fake,
Yeah.
and that just causes a collapse in their defense, because that's what they do. They are moving around a lot. They are like they try to put enough pressure to make you have to force you to do something else. So if we can get to a spot where we aren't getting forced up shots,
Yeah.
like what they're trying to do is force shots, but what if the forced shots really are like good looking shots for us? Then
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not upset at that at all.
Yeah, because there was only a few times where it felt like we were settling for, stuff that wasn't like within the rhythm of our offense, or even just like how DeMar said, like taking what the defense gives us. There were many times where we were taking shots just because they were there, but it's like, I don't know. I think everybody in San Antonio is still in that mood of like, let's just throw them up there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's see. We got 5 minutes left. I mean, all right. I think the more that I'm watching this, the better it's making me feel. We can kind of we'll go here for now. The better it's making me feel, just like in terms of what they got going. Oh, let me check this real quick. KJ is yeah, Josh jumped in. KJ is locking Pascal up tonight. I mean, honestly, man, he's exceeded a lot of things that I've thought about him multiple times.
Sure.
Going back last year or whatever. Not to say that I ever had doubts, but he, every time he shows up, you respect his engine, you respect his effort, and most of the time you respect the results too. So I would be okay with people talking about, oh my God, did you see how he fared against having to guard Pascal all night or whatever? I mean,
even if Pascal did end up with 20, it was a hard 20 that he'd have to earn, right? Like, I'd love to see that kind of a thing be showing up there.
And that's what we're gonna have to do, man. We're gonna have to make everybody's superstar work all 48 minutes every time they play us. And I'm honestly, man, I'm excited because I'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow, but what was so refreshing when I was watching the game versus Memphis is starting to hear some of the terminology that gets thrown around when you watch Spurs basketball. Some of that stuff started to come back around in conversation between like Bill and Sean again and stuff, and it's stuff that they just really couldn't talk about all that much over the past like maybe 2 or 3 years.
Right,
So
for sure.
and one of those things that I'm excited to kind of come back, because as a Spurs fan, it felt when I was growing up through the 2000s and into the 2010s and all that like, I don't, whether you could say that people feared playing the Spurs is subjective, but there was a definite feeling about like, oh, you got to play San Antonio. You know that means that even if you're winning, you still have to be disciplined because that lead can be gone. You know that they're gonna make you work because of their defensive. Just their, our Q is high, our discipline, our overall like execution, so like that you have to be on your game coming to play us, and you could definitely feel that like a lot of that fear or just a lot of that word of that aura around playing San Antonio just started to dissipate over the past couple years. So I would love for us to have that reputation again of like, these guys are going to make you work, man. They're going to make you work hard when you come play San Antonio. So I'm excited. Jake, I don't know if you have anything else that you kind of want to add about Toronto and San Antonio specifically. We wanted to just jump on here. Ooh, definitely got some people watching now on Twitter, which is great. We just wanted to jump on and kind of test the YouTube side of it since we will be doing our first full show tomorrow. Again, you'll see it scrolling down there, but tomorrow, the 27th, at 10 a.m. Central Time, we'll be on YouTube. We'll be here between Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube again. But just wanted to get some thoughts out there prior to this game 2. So, Jake, yeah, do you have anything else you kind of want to talk about before we sign off for the night?
Not really. Other than the fact that I just feel like tonight's going to be a good night to see how like we are a little bit on a high of how good we played against Memphis, but we also have to take into account that Memphis was young, that they didn't have Jaren Jackson Jr. and like some other stuff. So today it's another game to just, kind of keep setting in our mindsets of like, are we going to be a winning team this year, or like my feeling that I had at the beginning of the season of just like, I don't think we are going to be a winning team, but I'm still excited nonetheless. So.
Yeah. And what I liked about yesterday's the game against Memphis too is just that like. Well, I don't know. Well, I'll save it. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it'll be a good test. I think we're equipped. To get another win, but We'll see how it goes.
This one, we'll for sure have to work harder for this one than we did against Memphis, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I will say that is that first game, like you were saying about like feeling on a high. It did feel a little bit like best case scenario in terms of like, our shots were falling pretty decently. Our energy was good, movement was good. We did start kind of sloppily, but I think by the end of the night, everything checked out as close to like as you would have hoped for it on an opening night with all the question marks we had going into the game. So it's like, okay, what are we gonna do against a better team? The questions that we want answered is like, what's gonna happen when shots aren't falling? What's gonna happen when 2 or 3 guys on the other team are just really feeling it? So tonight's just another opportunity for us to see if we get some of those answers.
For sure.
Alrighty, well, I think that's okay. We hopped on for a good little 28 minutes, and I think in the future, so we are going to be doing our weekly shows on the Sunday mornings again, just to kind of get you ready. And we'll talk about the whole full slate of the games for the rest of the week. But I do think it would be cool to kind of have some of these shorter shows, maybe where we get on. Let's say Yosh showing the game. No, Dave, we're not going to be showing game. Matter of fact, we won't be allowed to show the game. But you can find it on on your cable or by other means that we can talk about. But yeah. So but on our show tomorrow, we will be talking about like reactions from this game that we have tonight against Toronto, and then we'll be previewing the tomorrow's game versus New Orleans, as well as the games against LA that come on later on that week. I can't remember if there's another one, but basically any of the games that are happening from tomorrow until the following Saturday. But like I was saying, I think it would be cool. We have the opportunity if we just jump on and do any of these little smaller discussions. Sometimes it might be just me and Jake. Sometimes it's just Jake and Josh. Sometimes it's all 3. Maybe just 1. Who knows? We're open to kind of seeing a lot of that. But yeah, so thanks for anybody who jumped in on this. On this one, we do got some people watching on Facebook, which is pretty sweet. But we're gonna go ahead and sign off for tonight. We're gonna check into this Spurs game, and then we will be back out the full group, the full show, talking some a full week of basketball. I'm excited to kind of get into the rhythm of our show as well as the season goes on. So it'll be good. Oh, whoops! Turn that sideways. All right. Well, then, with that being said, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Go Spurs, go! Let's have our broadcast tomorrow be talking about a 2-0 San Antonio Spurs team.
Yes, sir.
All right. See you later, Jake.
Peace.
All right. Bye, everybody.